In this video, you'll learn about PHP File Handling, specifically focusing on directory operations. We'll cover reading, scanning, creating, and removing directories using PHP. The opendir function opens a directory handle which can be used to read the contents of a directory. To use this function, you need to provide the path to the directory you want to open. For example, $handle equals opendir /path/ to /directory. The code then checks if the directory was opened successfully using an if statement. If the handle is valid, it outputs directory opened. Otherwise, it displays failed to open directory. The readdir function reads entries from a directory handle, one by one. It requires a directory handle that was previously opened using the opendir function. For example, $handle equals opendir /path/ to /directory. The code uses a while loop to read each entry in the directory until readdir returns false, indicating the end of the directory. Inside the loop, it filters out the and entries which represent the current and parent directories respectively. Finally, it closes the directory handle using closedir $handle. The scandir function returns an array of files and directories from a given path. It simplifies the process of reading directory contents into a single function call. For example, $files equals scandir /path/ to /directory. The code uses a for each loop to iterate through the array of files returned by scandir. Similar to the previous example, it filters out the and entries. Then the script echoes each file name. Let's compare the scandir and readdir functions. Scandir returns a complete array with a single function call, making it easier to work with. However, it can be memory-intensive for very large directories. On the other hand, readdir reads one entry at a time and requires a loop structure. It is memory efficient, making it better suited for large directories. The mkdir function creates a directory with specified permissions. It takes the directory path as the first argument and the permissions as the second argument. The permissions are specified using an octal number, such as 0755. To create nested directories recursively, you can set the third argument to true. The example shows how to create a single directory and nested directories recursively. Finally, it demonstrates checking if the directory creation was successful using an if statement. The rmdir function removes an empty directory from the file system. It takes the directory path as its only argument. It is important to note that rmdir can only remove empty directories. The example shows how to remove an empty directory and checks if the removal was successful using an if statement. Additionally, it demonstrates how to check if a directory is empty before attempting to remove it, using as _dir and scandir. Let's summarize some best practices for working with directories in PHP. Always check for errors by validating function returns and handle failures gracefully. Set proper permissions using appropriate chmod values when creating directories. Always close directory handles using the closedir function when you're done with opendir and readdir. Finally, always filter out the and entries from directory listings to avoid unexpected behavior. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.